I'm Sue Haskel and I do 3D collage.
Are they stamped? How did you cut them?
These are stamped. Some of them I hand cut to give a little bit of variety, but a lot of them are hand stamped with a big selection of stamps that I have, some punches that I have that I've got from all over the world, in America, and where they have a lot more choice actually. We'll start by showing how I get the 3D effect. So I use matchsticks, and I paint the matchsticks the colour of the background so that they tend to disappear. So what you see then that's mounted on the matchstick appears to be floating above the surface. And although you might see a tiny bit of matchstick, your eye is not drawn to it. And so this is foam board, and each matchstick is glued into the foam board. A little bit of glue. And then the top of each matchstick is glued. And then what I do is I take my tweezers, so make a nice 3D effect with the butterflies in this case, and place them on the end of the matchstick. And the nice thing about the matchsticks is I can vary the heights, so I can get some nice effects. So some of the pictures I've done have been with very small butterflies going into a well and then rising up, and I can do all sorts of different effects and different heights. So, you know, it's quite flexible and you can get some nice effects. So, for example, I'll take a little bit of a matchstick, place it quite nearby, and glue it in. Oop. And here's a little dragonfly. So you can get them overlapping at different heights, different sizes, and I like, as you can see from I've got a nice range of different shades. So for some of my pictures I've done ones disappearing, and each one gets darker and darker as it goes into the hole, as it were, and lighter as it gets to the edge of the picture, and that gives quite a nice effect. But this is just butterflies. I can do all sorts of different things, so I can show you some of the different types of things that I can do. So exploring a couple of different techniques, and the first technique is this one that I've just showed with the different length matchsticks, producing lovely shadows and 3D effects. And I've also been asked to do lots of different shapes. So this one was some things left over from a commission that I did for a publisher who wanted a 3D collage made with books. And the nice thing about the books, as well as the butterflies, is that you can fold them and make them look 3D. And so there's all sorts of different shapes that I can use. I've got lots and lots of different stamps, and I also can cut things individually. So here are leaves, some of which are sort of an embossed effect on them. And here are butterflies where I've photocopied. I've got some music here and some writing, and you can photocopy that onto tracing paper, and that gives a lovely, very dainty effect on the page. And here is the other technique that I'm using, where this, for example, is made out of tiny bits of photograph of graffiti. And what I've done is I've given a 3D effect by layering them with foam board in between and making little pyramids. and then I've placed the pyramids. I can place the pyramids in a grid format, and I've done that in a few different ways. So here's a piece. I'm just going to show how I would make some of the butterflies. So I literally will fold them in half and start cutting. There you go. There's a little tail. And I might, there's a little butterfly. I might then amend that if it's not quite the shape that I'm wanting here. I want a slightly more delicate shape at the bottom there. So just cut that out. And there's a little butterfly. I think I'll make that, I'm just going to make that come in a bit, and that's not really how I want it. There we go. So that's how I'd make some of the butterflies, and as I say, some are stamped and some are cut by hand, just to give a bit of variety. A little bit of background on me. I have always been interested in art and design, but I studied history of art and graphic art at A-level, but then I went on to pursue a career in marketing. And then I switched and I went to the Chelsea College of Art and Design, and I studied interior design, and I built up a residential practice over a number of years. And then I've dabbled in lots of different types of art. I have done portrait sculpture, and I have turned wood, make bowls and so on. And then I've turned to 3D collage. And I'm inspired by everything around me. I love looking at patterns and textures and contrasts. I love the shadows that the work that I make has, and it also makes it very different from different angles that you look at it, and I love that part of it.